previously we have talked about the reading aloud. So please, as I told you before, reading aloud, you have to be careful of the intonation. You have to be careful of the punctuation marks, because you have to pause a little bit if you find any punctuation mark, and absolutely you have to pronounce and say every word correctly. If you don't know the way that you have to say a word, please practice saying that word, and you have to know its meaning, because maybe you need this word not only in reading, you need it in reading, in speaking, and in writing, and even in listening. If you hear the speaker saying this word, absolutely you will know its meaning. Okay.
Yeah.
I think now we have to start something new, which is repeating a sentence. To be honest, Ali, you have to be careful in repeating a sentence. Yes, I know that the speaker is going to say only one sentence, but maybe the speaker is going to say simple sentence. Maybe he's going to say compound sentence, maybe complex sentence, and maybe the speaker is going to say a compound complex sentence. I mean, by compound complex sentence is the longest sentence in English. It is really tall. Sorry, it's not, because we are not talking. It's really long sentence. So you have to be careful because the sentence will be long, and you have to be careful of every noun, adjective the speaker is going to say. So this is it. It's about repeating a sentence, and we have a short speaking task type that tests listening and speaking skills. So you have to repeat the sentence that you hear. Absolutely, you have to repeat it with correct pronunciation. And you will do this exercise or form maybe 10 times or 12 times. It depends on the exam that you are applying for. This is the exact this is the exact screen you will encounter if you are in the PTE exam. Let me just try to make zoom in just to show you the screen in this exam. So you will hear a sentence. Please, you have to repeat the sentence exactly as you hear it. You will hear the sentence only once. So this is the way that you have to be careful about. In the Duolingo exam, the speaker is repeating the sentence 3 times. But in the PTE exam, you have to be careful because the speaker is going to repeat the sentence only once.
Okay.
Now, in this screen, you will notice that here, beginning in 3 seconds. So after 3 seconds, the speaker is going to start speaking. So you have to be ready, and you have to check your volume. Maybe the sound is really low or really loud. So be careful. You have to adjust yourself or the screen just to hear the sentence clearly. After
but
that,
this one, the reading,
no, this is repeating sentence.
Repeating sentence.
Ali, this is not reading. This is listening, then speaking.
Listening and speaking. Okay.
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 So after 3 seconds, the speaker is going to say the sentence. Now it's your time to repeat the sentence. Repeating the sentence maybe from 3 seconds to 9 seconds. Again, it depends on the sentence that you are listening to. Okay. Now, what are the tips and the strategies I have to keep in my mind, or I have to keep in mind just to repeat the sentence completely and clearly? Okay. So as you notice that you have 3 seconds to be ready and to adjust yourself. After that, you have to understand the sentence the speaker is speaking or is talking about, and you have to repeat it. So the short sentence is only about 3 seconds. But as I told you, maybe the sentence is really long. You have 9 seconds to repeat the sentence, so you have to stay focused. Okay. There is something which is really important, which is you have to listen to the way the speaker or groups of words the speaker is talking about. I mean, there is something in English, Ali, which is called intuition. Do you know the meaning of intuition in Arabic?
Intuition.
Intuition. is the way that you live your life, is the way that you deal with things with daily life, which is حس البداهة. Okay?
Okay.
I mean, let me give you an example. I mean, maybe if you find the word essay, for example, maybe you don't know the meaning of essay, or or maybe paragraph. Absolutely, essay is about schools and universities. So maybe you don't, or you will not be able to hear the word clearly. You have to use your intuition to match the meaning, because the sentence should be meaningful. Absolutely, I'm going to tell you the exact meaning about this one when we start practicing. Absolutely,
Yeah.
the intonation is really important. If the intonation is up, you have to imitate the speaker. If the intonation is down, you have to imitate the exact intonation the speaker is using. There is something you have to be careful in repeating a sentence, Ali. The speaker is not going to focus on a grammar. He is going to focus only on nouns, adjectives, and adverbs. For example, if you want to say, let me write this sentence, which is, she's going to school, or she's fine. The speaker is going to say she's fine. He's going to say the grammar or the verb fast. Approximately, you will not be able to hear the grammar clearly. If you want to ask me why, because the speaker, Ali, can expect you, or let me say that you have already known the grammars. You have already know everything about the grammar. You have studied the
Yeah.
grammar. So the
Yeah.
grammar is not important, because why? Because the speaker can expect that the listener knows everything about the grammar. What is more important is the nouns and adjectives. So you will notice that the speaker is going to focus, is going to stress the nouns and adjectives only. Be careful about the verb, because if the verb is not correct, absolutely you will lose your mark. So please be careful. And there is something you have to be careful of, which is there is no time to write the words. So stop writing the whole sentence, because you don't have time to write the whole sentence. If you want to write some words on the notebook, Ali, you have to write only nouns, because the main idea in the sentence is nouns, but it is not verbs.
Okay.
Okay? Okay. So after the 3 seconds is finished, you have to wait till the blue bar that shows the microphone is open. When you can see the microphone is open, now you can speak. And because some students start speaking immediately when the speaker finishes. So you have to be careful. You have to take a look at the microphone icon, because maybe you will start speaking after 2 or 3 seconds. The microphone is open. So maybe if it is so, absolutely, the sentence will be missing. It's not going to be complete. So,
Sorry, Leonardo, I need to just ask you a question. There is on a PTE page, okay, on website, have like the exam, you can take the exam, you can try to do the exam, like really exam, and you see yourself, if you go better with this one. It's like $100 Australian dollar. So you suggest I take it this one, or before I go to do the really test? Yeah.
Please, you have to practice demo exams as much as you can, Ali. This is extremely important. And the website, there are free exams. Try to practice, try to do them, try to do as much as you can, just to be
Not free.
ready.
This one you will pay $80, I think, for this one. You can take it. Yeah.
Yes, try to do it, because maybe I'm not Ali. You will not do that good in the PTE exam, and you have
Exactly.
to
That's
wait.
what I'm saying.
Yes, this is it. So try to practice as much as you can. Okay?
I will let you know just 1 second, because before I told you I took the PTE just once before, maybe long time ago, maybe before 1 year. So just I will send you the result, and you
Yeah,
can see how much I get.
yeah. Please
But
show me
but it's very bad.
with all the forms.
Yeah, it's very bad.
Oh, holy
Let
God. Okay.
me let
Yeah.
me just yeah,
Please
I
let
send
me,
you already.
yeah, let me check your weak points to focus on more. Yeah, this is it. Let me just have a look. Okay, listening 10, reading 11, speaking 10, writing. Ah, you are good at writing.
Yeah?
Amazing. So you have to focus on listening and speaking. Holy God.
Mm.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
You know why? Because for me this is the first time I do the PTE,
This
so I
is
don't
something
have any
normal.
idea about.
Ali, let me tell you something. I remember that when I have just graduated from my university, I applied to the IELTS exam and I didn't get a good score. I always thought, Ali, that I'm good at English. I'm professional at using English. I don't need to practice. I don't need to be familiar with the exam. I was
Yeah.
completely wrong. Knowing the
Okay.
exam, Ali, knowing the forms, the strategies, the tips, the models that you have to deal with is really important.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yes, knowing the English is important. We cannot deny that. But what is more important is to know the forms, to know the map of the exam.
Hmm.
So the more you practice, absolutely, the better you will be.
Yeah.
Okay. So you have to say every word you can hear. But if you don't know a word, say what you think you heard. Because
Uh,
sometimes, yes, exactly. Because for not to lose your mark, because every single word has a mark, Amali. And maybe you don't hear the word or you don't know the meaning of this word, or because maybe you are not familiar with the word the speaker is going to say. That doesn't mean that you don't have to say it. You have to say it. Maybe the word that you want to speak is going to be correct. So even if you are expecting or if you don't know the way that you have to say the word, say it. Maybe it's going to be correct. Okay. Say every word you hear, but if you don't know, okay. Now pronounce the vowel letters and consonant letters clearly. Okay. For example, let me give you an example. What if I want to say um, this word? Let me write this word, and you have to now read this word to me.
and interesting.
Ah, interesting. Am I right?
Yeah.
Okay. First of all, Ali, some students, especially the Arab students, they make the stress just on R. This is wrong. I mean, you don't have to say interesting. You have to say interesting. So notice that the stress is on N, okay?
Mm.
And sometimes I don't have to repeat all the or stress all the vowel letters. So notice that I said interesting. So I
Okay.
completely deleted the vowel letters while saying this is the exactly what you have to do. So please be careful because you have to imitate and copy the speaker exactly. Another word I heard some students say in a wrong way, which is this word. Can you please say it?
Account.
Okay. Too much students say account. Don't stress the k sound because you have to say account, not account. So there is
Yeah.
no stress on K, on the double C, which is K. Be careful of the vowel and consonant letters. Another example, I'm going to write two words and you have to tell me now their pronunciation because this is really important. If you want to say them wrongly, absolutely, you will lose your mark. This one and this one. How can I read these two words?
Okay. Camera and family.
Yeah, so be careful because the vowels are deleted. I cannot say camera. You have to say camera I deleted the E or the vowel letter. And family, I didn't say family. So be careful. This is absolutely A and E here, E. These are vowel sounds. Be careful about them because you have to imitate the speaker. Please don't rush the things up. Some people say that I have to speak fast because I don't have time. Don't do it because you have plenty of time to say the complete word. Okay, there is something, Ali, which is extremely important. Some people have problems with accent. They don't know how to imitate or exactly imitate the accent of the speaker. Don't try to do so. For example, because most of the Arab people, instead of saying teacher, they say teacher. You have to keep saying teacher. I know that the accent is important. I cannot deny that. But
Yeah.
without knowing or without practicing the accent, and you want to say the sentence suddenly without practicing, you will commit horrible mistakes. So if you don't have any idea about the accent, if you didn't practice before about the accent, don't imitate the accent because you will not be able to do it. Try to say as the way that you are speaking normally. This is extremely important because some people try to, I know that you have to say what the speaker is going to say, but I mean, Ali, some people try to imitate the speaker exactly, but without practicing before or without knowing the accent. Don't try to do so because you will not make it. Okay?
Okay.
So if you want to see the R as R, this is something not that wrong. It's not that wrong because it is correct. But be careful because it doesn't work most of the time, especially if you want to do something suddenly. Okay. Absolutely, Ali. Sometimes knowing the meanings of vocab is really important. Why? Because now you have to adjust the meaning. You have to arrange the sentences. You have to make, I mean, Ali, a meaningful sentence. Absolutely, we are going to discuss this into details. Okay. Now, let me check if we have something important by preparation. Absolutely, if you want to practice, you have to start your watch. You have to start your time, the countdown, just to practice and to speak normally. Don't try to speak slowly because the time is going to run out. Don't try to speak fast because absolutely you will commit mistakes. So if you are not professional enough, please don't try to speak fast because you are not going to make it. And absolutely don't speak slowly because the time is running. Okay. Now, what is the most important thing you have to be careful of, Ali, which is grammar? You have to understand and know grammar before listening, because as I told you, recognizing the verb is not that important according to the speaker. The speaker is not going to repeat or to say the verbs completely or clearly. So please, you have to know the grammar before, just to know if the speaker is using singular verb or maybe plural verb or present perfect or past perfect.
Yeah.
This is really important. Okay, let me check if I have something important. No, this is in reading. I'm going to explain this in reading. Okay, let me go to the tips and then it's the time to practice. And I want to check now your listening skill. Okay, so I have to listen to the way the speaker is using the words into meaningful phrases, because as I told you, nothing is said completely. So speak as clearly as you can. I mean, Ali, please, as I told you in the beginning of the class, don't try to say, for example, instead of saying swimming, some students say swimming. I'm going swimming this evening. To be honest, you don't have to delete or omit the G. You have to pronounce the word clearly and completely. Don't say I'm going swimming. You have to say I'm going swimming. So you have to say every single letter, every single word clearly. Please, this is formal example. This is not informal. You are not talking to your friend or to your family. Just use this language. This is really important. And there is something You have to know. If the speaker is going to say, Ali, I'm going to do it, don't say, I gonna do it. Or I want to be with you, I wanna be with you. Don't try to change anything at all. You have to say what exactly the speaker is saying. This is really important. And even language is not allowed in the formal exams. So let me check if we have something. We have to try to do the same. Your score will be improved if you produce correct word sentences, include the phrasal verbs such as, okay, we have to discuss that. Many words, stress week. This is about verbs and nouns. Remember, there is tone before. Okay. Be prepared. Absolutely. We have, be prepared for long nouns. Absolutely. The speaker is going to stress on nouns, and the verbs in some tasks is not going to be said clearly. Okay, this is it. There is nothing that important in the exercise. Now I think it's the time to practice. Now the speaker, Ali, is going to say a sentence. We have to listen to the sentence. I hope that you have your paper and pencil next to you, because your job is only to register the nouns.
Okay, just one second.
Take your time. Let me go to the file and prepare the sentence.
Test 1. Repeat sentence.
Let me check the volume. It's not that loud. Yes, it is. I think we have a problem about voice. Oh, let me... No, not this video. I think this video. Yeah, the volume. This is it. Okay, now I think it is clear. So, when you are ready, Amali, please inform me. Yes, this is it. And
Page 15. Test 1. Repeat
Yes, Mr.
sentence. Page 15.
okay. So, if you're ready, please tell me.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay, so let's start listening to the sentence. So, let's begin.
1.
Factors such as cost and function influence the design of a bridge.
What did the speaker say?
Okay, factor, the designer. Yeah, no. Factor is the designer of have a bridge.
Of have a bridge. Okay, so let me try to write what you have just said, and let's try to explain very important information. Okay, so let me open this Word. Not this one. Okay, not this one. I think this one. Exactly. Okay, so you said exactly like the designer.
No, factor. He say factor.
Factors. Sorry,
He say factor.
The designer.
The designer.
Of
have a bridge.
Of have a bridge. Okay. There are two things you have to keep in mind, Amali. First of all, the speaker is going to say complete sentence. Now, any sentence, the simplest sentence, Amali, any simple sentence should have subject, a plus verb, a plus object. If there is no object, absolutely, we have the rest of the sentence. Maybe adverb of time, maybe adverb of place, but there should be part 3. So these are the 3 parts the speaker is going to mention. The sentence is not going to be named a sentence without these 3 parts. Let's check them out. Factor is the subject, okay? The designer is a noun. Of have, this is the verb. Abridge, this is the object. Okay, now this is good. But the second step you have to keep in mind, Ali, check the meaning of the sentence. Okay, let's read again. Factor, the designer of have a bridge. Does the sentence have a meaning?
Does the sentence have a meaning? If we say like factor is the designer of have a bridge, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
So there's a meaning there, you know?
Okay. You have to check the meaning of the sentence, Amali. I mean, if the sentence has no meaning, you have something wrong. You have to be careful of. Okay. By the way, because we are practicing, let's try to listen to the word again. And please be careful the second time. So,
Test 1. Repeat sentence. Page 15. 1.
Factors such as cost and function influence the design of a bridge.
Okay, factor.
uh-huh.
Can you repeat again, please?
Yes,
Just fine.
Okay, we are practicing, don't worry. Let's repeat it.
Test 1. Repeat sentence. Page 15. 1.
Factors such as cost and function influence the design of a bridge.
Factors and function.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, factor. The second word I didn't hear good, or I didn't.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. We are practicing. Let me write the exact sentence the speaker said, and let me show you why you didn't hear the sentence clearly. The speaker said, let me say that factor such as cost and function. Okay, what about it? Now the verb influence. Influence the design of the bridge. The design of the bridge. Okay. Now, let me repeat the sentence and notice that he didn't stress such as. He said such as fast. Why? Because this is not important. What is more important is the nouns and adjectives, adverbs only. So he's not going to stress such as, he's not going to stress the verb. So let's listen again.
Test 1. Repeat sentence. Page 15. 1.
Factors such as cost and function influence the design of a bridge.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, Ali?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's go back to the subject. He said factors such as. Now, I don't know if he said the singular or plural. Maybe he said factor, one factor, or maybe he said factors. Okay, why, Ali, I didn't notice if he said the singular or
Sorry,
plural?
but factor, he's the designer, yeah? So factor is a noun? Oh.
No, this is not designer, this is design.
Yeah, but factor is the man of the design, the bridge, yeah?
Yes, it's the subject.
Okay.
Okay. So now, Ali, I don't know if the speaker said factor as singular or factors. Why? Because we have S. He said factors such as. So we have we don't know if we have to use the S or no. Okay. Now, if we are confused, if the speaker used singular or plural, what is this? Influence. Am I right?
Influence.
Okay. Now, influence is a noun, but influence is a verb. This is the verb. If it is plural, factors, I don't have to add S. But if it is factor, I have to say influences. Why?
Okay.
Because, be careful about the verb. So please, if the subject is singular, I have to add S. This is simple present. I have to add S, ES, IES. And because he said factors such as, because the two S's are pronounced as only one. Because he said influence, he didn't say influences. I will know that he said factors, but not factor.
Yeah.
Okay? So this is the subject, this is the verb, and this is the object. So now this sentence is complete. Okay?
Yeah.
Now let's listen to sentence number 2. Please listen carefully. This is it.
2. It's important that humans dispose of their waste in appropriate ways.
It's important to hear. It is important to hear, but the rest of the conversation I didn't hear.
Okay,
properly.
let's repeat because we are practicing.
2. It's important that humans dispose of their waste in appropriate ways.
It's important the humans
Shall we repeat?
Yes, please.
Okay, so please try to gather the words to have a meaningful sentence, step by step. So let's listen again.
2. It's important that humans dispose of their waste in appropriate ways.
It's important the human it is important the humans on another ways, but yeah, there's one word I miss.
Okay, let me repeat one last time.
2. It's important that humans dispose of their waste in appropriate ways.
It's important the humans propose it on I cannot.
Okay, I know it's hard. I know. Okay, let me write the sentence and let me show you how I knew that. It's important. Absolutely, he said it's important. He didn't say it is important, so I have to say what the speaker said. That, okay, let me write this one, which you said the human. The human. Okay. Let me try to make a blank of the waste. Do you know the meaning of waste?
Waste, it means lose or waste, yeah.
No. Waste is, or maybe the meaning of waste, just like the things that you don't need and you want to throw.
Yeah, exactly. So it's wasted.
Okay, yeah, exactly. Appropriate. And you know the meaning of appropriate?
Appropriate way.
Appropriate, the meaning of appropriate is suitable. Good ways, suitable ways.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is appropriate. Okay, now let me tell you why the human is wrong. If you want to use the with the human, Ali, you have to say only the human being or maybe human without the.
Yeah.
Okay, so again, if you want to use the with the human, you have to add being, the human being. You don't want to add being, delete that. Okay?
Yeah.
Okay. I wrote most of the sentence. Now there's something missing here. Now I need you to try to discover it out. So let's repeat and please listen now.
2.
It's important that humans dispose of their waste in appropriate ways.
Dispose.
Ah, bravo. How did you know that it's dispose? Do you know how? From the meaning or from the word of waste? This is the meaning of intuition. Because you know the meaning of waste, and because you know the meaning that waste is something you can throw, so the meaning of throw is what? Dispose. Dispose something is to get rid of something or to throw this thing away.
Okay.
This is the meaning of intuition. Maybe, Ali, you hear the word dispose, but you didn't hear the word of waste clearly, or vice versa. This is the meaning of have a meaningful sentence. Meaningful sentence, absolutely. Your sentence should be meaningful, should have a meaning.
Yeah.
And this is the best way to arrange a meaning, to try to compose a meaning from the words that you know you can do it. This sentence, by the way, is a little hard, but now I'm showing the best way to write a meaningful meaning. Because absolutely, if your sentence is not meaningful, this is nothing.
Okay.
Okay, so we are still practicing, and let's try to listen to the sentence number 3. I think that maybe 3 is going to be easy. Let's listen, by the way. Listen carefully, and as I told you, please write the nouns only. Let's start.
3. If you are unable to complete the task in time, please notify me by email.
Sorry, can you repeat it, because I'm not here.
Okay, so let's do it again.
Yeah.
Wait. Okay, so let me repeat it.
3. If you are unable to complete the task in time, please notify me by email.
Okay, if you are unable to complete the task, just inform me by email.
Okay, thank you. Amazing. And there is something you have to know. If you, thank you so much, are unable to complete the task in time, you said, absolutely, we have a please. Please inform me by email. Okay, this is again the meaning of intuition.